a little bit of all of that tonight as we meet and get to know a little bit more about a living legend. She is now 72 years old and still travels, still sings her heart out. And tonight, I expect to introduce you to somebody who has meant a lot to me in my lifetime of music, Miss Wanda Jackson. Wanda Jackson was born in Oklahoma, but her father, Tom, himself a country singer who quit because of the Depression, moved the family to California in 1941. He bought Wanda her first guitar 2 years later, gave her lessons, and encouraged her to play piano as well. Tom moved the family back to Oklahoma City when his daughter was 12 years old. In 1952, she won a local contest and was given a 15-minute daily show on KLPR. The program soon upped to 30 minutes, lasted throughout Jackson's high school years. Jackson insisted on finishing high school before hitting the road. When she did, her father became her road manager and hit the road with her. Her mother made and helped design Wanda's stage outfits. I was the first one to put some glamour in the country music. Fringe dresses, high heels, long earrings. Jackson set up these outfits. When Jackson first toured in 1955 and 56, she was placed on a bill with none other than Elvis Presley. The two hit it off almost immediately. Jackson said it was Presley, along with her father, who encouraged her to sing rockabilly.
I love a mean, mean man who lives uptown. When I want him most, he's not around. He's a mean, mean man. Ooh, Lordy, he's a mean, mean man. He's a mean, mean man, but I love him all I can. Now he calls at 7, wants a date at 8. Never on time, he's always late. He's a mean, mean man. Ooh, evil, he's a mean, mean man. He's a mean, mean man, but I love him all I can. Betcha.
To beautiful downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. We are really downtown in a district of old warehouses, and I'm welcoming a lady I have lived a lifetime waiting to meet Miss Wanda Jackson. When I first met you, hey darling, I told you what the song Right or Wrong meant to me.
Yes, you did.
Tonight you did a set with a practice, a lot of rockabilly songs, but you didn't do my song.
Oh, well, that's easy. I don't have to rehearse it.
That's right. Okay. On the way home, I'm going to listen to your CD.
Oh.
Now, I wanted to meet you because I know you've just been inducted into the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I got that.
Imagine that. Now, was Bob Dylan a big part of that?
I don't know how big a part. He did play a part, along with Elvis Costello and Bruce Springsteen.
A lot of respect to you, young lady.
Well,
a lot of respect.
It's been nice.
Yes, it has. Now, right now, you're working on a new project. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, another thing I'm excited about is that I was beginning to think, you know, this is the cream of the crop. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You don't go anywhere from there. Where am I going to go? And then the phone rings, and it's Jack White.
Oh, wow.
Of the White Stripes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he has his own record company and recording studio, and he wanted to record me, do a single and an album. So I thought a minute, and I said yes.
Oh, yes, 1 minute. Yeah, 60 seconds, and you're good to go.
I thought, man, if he's willing to take me on, then I'm sure willing to try. And it's been the most exciting album I've ever done because it's so different for me. And what I like to tell people, Sherry, is that he pushed me. You know, he stretched me. He gave me material I'd never sang before.
Wow.
And some I'd never even heard before. But he kept pushing me, and you know what he's done? Pushed me right into the 21st century.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Shivers down my backbone. I feel the shaking in the thigh bone. Quivers in my knee bones. Shaking all over. I told you I was trouble. Now that I know
In 1956, Jackson finally signed with Capitol, a relationship that lasted until the early 70s. Her recording career bounced back and forth between country and rockabilly. She did this by often putting one song in each style on either side of a single.
you know that I'm no good.
Awesome. Now let's talk a little bit about, you came in from Nashville today. Is the project completed?
Yes, we were doing.
When can we buy it?
No.
When will it be available?
Well, he's telling me in order for our schedules to be able to do promotion for it, it's going to have to be September.
Okay. Okay.
So that's our plans as it stands now. But yeah, he just came in, and my last day in Nashville. So he said, "Well, it's all done. Finally, I've got it all mixed."
Now, I wanted to interview you today because after tomorrow in Kentucky, you leave for New Zealand, Australia, and your husband told me you had been in London lately. You're traveling the world. You are traveling the world.
Have been since 1985, just back and forth, back down under, back around, this way, that way.
Tell me what it's like for people to see Wanda Jackson for the first time. Now, I have listened to your music forever. Never met you, never thought I'd have the opportunity, and when I saw you were going to be in Knoxville, I went to work. I said, I have to do this. This is something, a lifelong dream.
Thank you very much. I'm flattered. Well, what they'll hear is a lot of Wanda Jackson songs.
A little Elvis Presley.
Well, yeah, I have an album out that's a tribute to Elvis because it was his influence and encouragement that made me try rock and roll in the first, in 1956.
Right.
And when I was the only person, only lady, doing it.
Well, what's it like for people who've never seen you to see you
yeah.
for the first time? Because many people wait a lifetime to see you, but now that you're traveling a lot, and it's giving people an opportunity to see you.
It is. Well, they're going to hear my rockabilly songs from the 50s. going to hear some country songs.
Heard a little gospel.
I'm going to throw in a yodel.
Oh,
even.
wow.
Go away.
Yeah, you and I. I wondered so aimlessly. I'll ask you the part. Life all filled with sin. 'Cause I would let our dear Savior in. But then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. No more after that. And I'll count you in on this. And praise the Lord. I saw the light too. I saw the light. I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord. I saw the light. Just like a blind man alone, worries and fears and flame for my home.
Go way back. And yeah, we're doing some gospel because that played a big part in my life. Through the 70s, I became a Christian, and my husband did, and we had a gospel ministry through the 70s up until 85.
Awesome.
And then it seemed that we should go this direction for a while. So
Well, I bet you my heart I love you. I bet you my dreams are real. That's why I sing so loud and I'm floating on a cloud. Bet you my heart I love you. Well, I woke up this morning so early. Remembered your hair was curly. I rolled over in bed, dreamed of you again. Bet you my heart I love you. Dee-a-la-lee, oh, dee-a-la-lee, I'm out of this world, I'll bet you. It started the day I met you. When you're close to me, it's just like TNT. Bet you my heart I love you. Yeah, I'll bet you my heart I love you. I bet you my dreams are of you. That's why I sing so loud and I'm floating on a cloud. Bet you my heart I love you. Dee-a-la-lee, oh, dee-a-la-lee, dee-a-la-lee,
Okay, tell me what an influence your father was on you.
well, he's the one that played the music at home. He's the one that taught me to play a guitar, put one
A
in my
pink
hand.
guitar. A pink guitar. I saw your pink guitar. It's gorgeous.
Well, it's the first pink one I've had, but isn't it pretty?
Love it. I love it. Pink is my color.
Okay, mine too. I
Oh,
love it.
yeah, yeah.
So, but this guitar is a Daisy Rock, and it's designed by a woman in Hollywood and manufactured there, but it's meant for girls to play.
Good for you.
It's a little shorter and lighter, and the pretty colors. You can get any color, and I chose the pink.
Speaking of Hollywood, I heard a tiny rumor that you've just become a movie star. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that now?
My old age.
I compared you to Elizabeth Taylor, and I said you are just as gorgeous as Elizabeth Taylor. Tell me what it's like at your age to step into a movie set.
Well, it was exciting, and I had a very good time. And I wasn't nervous because all I was doing was portraying myself. You know, so because I've never acted since high school. So I just had fun, and my husband put together for me one of my really good bands from California in that area, and it was filmed in Carefree, Arizona. And I love Arizona, so I was happy as could be.
Tell me a little bit, what's the name of the movie?
It will be called The Queens of Country.
Okay.
And it's an unusual little story. So
When will it be released?
that I don't know. They
But we
couldn't
want
tell me.
people to look for Miss Wanda Jackson in The Queens of Country. Now, who else is in that movie? Anybody
Well,
else we might recognize?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Okay, well, we'll recognize you. I've been playing trivia on my show with your songs about you and questions about you for the last couple of weeks.
Really?
And it amazes me at the people who remembered certain songs. Right or Wrong was one of those that everybody could relate to. Now, tell me what, out of every song you've ever done, what is your favorite? Right or Wrong's my favorite. What's yours?
It's kind of my favorite also.
Something about it.
Just because I never get tired singing it. And I kind of love to see what it will do for an audience.
Oh, it's awesome.
You know, we take them from up on a rock and roll and take it down to Right or Wrong, and you just see them mellow out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of them have to snuggle up to their sweetheart, and
Yeah.
you see some real sweet moments.
Well, it is an amazing song. Have you written any songs?
I wrote Right or Wrong.
You did? Okay.
And I wrote quite a few of my rock and roll songs as well as my gospel.
Okay.
My signature song in gospel music is one called Jesus Put a Yodel in My Soul.
Wow.
And I wrote that one. So
Now, where can people find your music? Are you available at major chains, or do they have to go to wandajackson.com?
I guess that's the safest way. We don't have everything available, but we try to keep a good variety, and our website is a great website. And if
I've
people
been
can-
to it often.
Have you?
I have,
Okay.
yes.
And so we've got everything that's available through our office. Now this new song, my single that Jack White, has produced, it's on a 45, believe it or not, vinyl.
45?
45.
Oh, wow. Back in my day.
Yes,
Yay.
mine too.
Yeah.
I'm glad I kept my turntable, aren't you?
Yeah.
And also it's on iTunes. You can
Okay.
download it there.
Now here is an exclusive listen to Wanda's new single.
When you're moving right up close to me, that's when I get the chills all over me.
John Charles.
It's bound to get you someday.
In the early 1980s, Jackson was invited to Europe to play and record rockabilly material when revivalists sought her out. She regularly toured Scandinavia, England, and Germany during the decade and influenced country artists including Pam Tillis, Jan Brown, and Rosie Flores. In 1995, she sang 2 duets with Flores on her 1995 album, Rockabilly Philly, and then embarked on a United States tour with her first American tour since the 1970s. She was number 35 on CMT's 2002 special, The 40 Greatest Women of Country Music. Now, what about the movie? Are you excited? Will there be a premiere? Will you have a big...
They'll have one.
Will you go to that?
See, it isn't even done yet.
Okay.
So they couldn't give me all that information yet.
I think it'll be exciting because I think after seeing you practice tonight, you are more than I imagined you would be at your young age. I never thought at a young 72, is that correct? You do rock and roll like you're 29 years old, young lady. It was an amazing show, and I think people will love seeing you on screen.
Here I go, falling down, down, down. My mind is blank, my head is spinning around and around as I go deep into the fun of love. I tried and I tried, as I go deep into the fun of love. I tried and I tried to run and hide, even tried to run away. You just can't run from the fun of love. It's bound to get you someday. It's such a crazy, crazy feeling. I get weak at the knees. My poor old head is reeling as I go deep into the fun of love. I tried and I tried to run and hide, even tried to run away. You just can't run from the fun of love. It's bound to get you someday. Here I go, falling down, down, down. My mind is a blank, my head is spinning around and around as I go deep into the fun of love. Deep into the fun of love. Give a break. Deep into the fun of love.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned. I just came from rehearsal.
You did, and you've been
I'm
sweating a little
flushed
bit.
and sweaty and didn't
Southern
have...
women don't sweat. We glisten.
Oh,
we
that's
glisten.
right,
That's
right.
right. Now, you live in Oklahoma, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And from Oklahoma, do you travel most of the time? Do you drive? Do you fly? How do you work that out?
Nowadays, we fly, and then we rent a car sometimes when we get there for our disposal.
Right.
And but then we, like this trip, we flew into Nashville, did our work, had the car, drove to Knoxville and up to Kentucky. We'll drive back to Nashville and fly home.
Okay.
So that works real good for us.
Now let's talk about a 49-year success story. You could not have done Wanda Jackson on the road without a sidekick. You have an amazing sidekick whose name is Wendell.
He's more than a sidekick.
49 years.
That's right. My husband and my everything. He literally, he does take care of everything for me. He spoiled me absolutely rotten.
That's what it's meant to be. Yeah.
Well, he's wonderful, and without him, I wouldn't still be traveling. You know, I know that.
Wanda's career has carried her all over the globe. Currently, she is doing concerts in the States as well as in Australia. In the early 80s, Jackson was invited to Europe to play rockabilly and country festivals and to record. She's since been back numerous times. After releasing the critically acclaimed Heart Trouble and I Remember Elvis, Wanda continues to tour all over the world to sold-out venues. Now, are you going to have some fun while you're in Australia? Will there be a little fun thrown into this?
Absolutely,
Good,
yeah.
good.
We have a lot of dates, but once we get there, we do some driving with the people that have booked it, and oh yeah, we get to do some sightseeing and some playing.
What was it like to step on stage in London? Because you did a song that somebody in the audience said you did it better than the original.
Well,
what was that like?
That's very kind. If mine's as big a hit, I'll be happy. Well, it's an Amy Winehouse song, and I'm surprised how my little rockabilly fans love these new singles that are, you know, quite contemporary.
Absolutely, totally different.
And so, yeah, I've been working in London a long time, but all of Great Britain. But they loved it, and yeah, that was one comment that was made in the newspaper, I think. So
Awesome.
I felt very flattered.
With a string of hits like Right or Wrong and In the Middle of a Heartache, Jackson became a household name. In 2009, Wanda was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Bob Dylan, Elvis Costello, and Bruce Springsteen were just a few of the high-profile artists that encouraged the Hall to induct the Queen over the last few years. Is there anything Wanda Jackson has not done that you wanted to do in your lifetime as far as music? Is there anything you've missed?
Well, now that I've done the movie, nope.
No, it's a done deal.
We have our biography written already. Everything's documented, and it is in story form. But we haven't found a publisher yet. So, anybody watching?
That's right. Let me ask you, what's the title of your life story?
Well, I don't know. I haven't lived it all yet.
Okay.
Like Jane Fonda said, my life so far. Sweden did a volume 1. They translated it. And they called it Right or Wrong.
Okay.
So I don't know.
See, I would have chosen that.
Yeah.
I would have chosen
because, I was wrong for a while and I got right. So
let's talk a little bit about that, because you became a Christian in the 70s. Okay. What did it do to change your life?
What did Christianity do? It turned me 180 degrees. Set all my priorities in the right order. And I began to realize, just how wrong my thinking had been according to the Word of God. Once Wendell and I both were saved at the same time, individually, of course. But and so we were in every Bible study we could get in, and in church every time the church was open. And if our church wasn't having church, we was looking for one that was. So we learned as fast as we could, and God put us with some of the really great ministers of that day. And so that's when you can really grow, when you can be around godly people. And
God doesn't make mistakes. God doesn't make mistakes.
No, I've never caught him yet in one.
No, he does not. He does not. Well, I have lived a lifetime wanting to meet you. I kept looking at you when you were young, and I said, God, if I could grow up to look like her. And you said, we look a little bit alike.
Yeah,
Could I borrow your gorgeous blue eyes?
No.
Could I borrow your gorgeous blue eyes?
Only for a short while.
You are an amazing talent, an amazing lady, and an amazing inspiration to anybody who loves music of any sort.
Thank you so much.
We heard a great variety tonight, and I think you will touch any and every home. Our program is basically inspirational and gospel. But when we started talking about you, people were calling in and saying, oh, I remember her, I remember that lady.
Yeah.
And everybody's excited. So I can't wait to get home to Ella J and to Jasper and to Turtletown, Tennessee, and to share you with our audience. I think they're going to love this. Now, I did ask you, if you ever have an opportunity to come to Georgia, I want you live on the set one morning.
Yes, how early?
8:30. 8:30.
That's pretty early, Sherry. That might take some twisting of my arm.
Maybe we can do that. If you ever come to Georgia, I would love to have you. And maybe by the time your new release comes out in September, that would be great.
Well, I don't get in this area very often, but I sure would love to. It's so beautiful.
It would be great. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. Thank you so very, very much. You are such an inspiration to so many women. Thank you,
Thank you, Sherry.
I'll do what you ask me to.
My trip to Knoxville was a lifelong dream come true. I have admired Wanda Jackson for many, many years. Listen to her songs, listen to the music that truly set the tone for America in the 50s and 60s. What an honor to meet this wonderful ball of dynamite. She is tiny, she is powerful, she is positive. And the idea that she and her husband together travel after 49 years of marriage just encouraged me so much. What a blessing to get to know Wanda Jackson. Now sit back and you're going to get to know a little bit about her through song. Here we go with Miss Wanda Jackson.
Said the E, swell. Started messing with that evil game of well, oh yeah. Ever since the world began. Oh, 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 oh. Hard-headed woman is a thorn in the side of a man. Don't you need nobody's fool, baby? Come back, baby. Come back, baby. Come back, baby. I want that house with you. Now listen to me, baby. What I'm talking about. Come on back to me right now, so we can play some house, baby. Come back, baby. Come back, baby. Come back, baby. I want that house with you. Hey, house. Now listen to me, baby. What I want you to know. Come on back, let's play a little house. We can act like we did before, too, baby. Come back, baby. Come back, baby. Come back, baby. I want that house with you. Now listen to me, baby. Try to understand. Had to be a dead little girl than to be with another man. So baby, come back, baby. Come back, baby. Come back, baby. I want that house with you. Baby, 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 come back, baby. I want to play house with you. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Well, did you just stay in the bar and hurt? You rolled up sleeves in your skull t-shirt. You say, what did you do with him all day? And spit me out like I was Tangeray. 'Cause you're my fellow, my guy. Hand me your skeleton fly. By the time I'm out the door, you tear me down like a rotting mower. I cheated myself like I knew I would. I told you I was trouble. You know that I'm no good. I'm upstairs with my ex-boy. He's at my place, but I can't get joy. Thinking of you, but no one knows. This is where my thoughts would go. Ran out to meet you, chips and pictures. You say when we're married, if you're not bitter, there'll be none of him no more. Right for you on the kitchen floor. I bound to get you some. Here I go, falling down, down, down. My mind is a blank, my head is spinning round and around as I go deep into the fun of love. Deep into the fun of love. Give me a break. Deep into the fun of love. Then I'll count you in. It's hard to fade out. I'm going to tell you a story about what happened one night in a women's prison. I wasn't there, but the story goes like this. 1, 2, 3. On July the 2nd, 1953, I was serving time for armed robbery. 4 o'clock in the morning, I was sleeping in my cell. Heard a whistle blow, and I heard somebody yell, "There's a riot going on." Yeah, riot going on. There's a riot going on up in cell block number 9. No. And on the ending of it, right going up. You give me a break. I'll give it to you. Up in cell block number 9. Yeah, you and I. I wondered so aimlessly. I'll ask you for the chord. Life all filled with sin. 'Cause I would lay our dear Savior in. But then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. No more after that. And I'll count you in on this. And praise the Lord, I saw the light